from NBC News. This is Today with Kathy Lee Gifford and Hoda Kotb, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
Should you discipline someone else's kids? If you're at the park or on a play date and see a child acting out, is it okay to be firm and try to teach them right from wrong?
Or should you just remove your child from the situation? Susan Swimmer is the features editor of More Magazine, and Ian Kerner is a therapist and author of Love in the Time of Colic.
Hi, you guys.
Hi,
Always great to have you with us. This is a touchy subject.
Yes,
you two happen to disagree, right?
What is your opinion?
We're going to agree to disagree.
Okay.
I do not think you should discipline other people's children. I really don't. I mean, there are rare circumstances when you're in a position of authority, coaching a little league game or teaching Sunday school, and those children in your charge, discipline them. On play dates in the playground, I don't think you should discipline other people's children. I think that's their parents' responsibility.
What if that child is harming your child? Like, let's pretend that child makes a run at your kid.
I mean,
well, that happened to me. Another child, I was watching my kid at the playground. Another kid bites my kid. A sort of a fight ensues. I'm there to separate my kid, but it's not so easy to deal with another kid, especially when the other parents are absent.
And so you don't want to get sued either.
I absolutely had to say to that little kid, hey, biting is not acceptable. I've also been at the playground where a kid is about to kill himself. It's not my kid, but I'm going to interfere on that
Before
kid's
they do something on the monkey bars.
It's something terribly dangerous.
Oh, sure, change your story, Susan.
Of course. But that's not what most people are dealing with. Most people are dealing with little altercations with the kids on the monkey bars, and they're being a little too wild. Because you know what? You can always take your child out of the situation.
Why should you always be having to do that? You know,
I don't think you should get into the business of disciplining other people.
What about just telling a kid to say please or thank you?
I think that kids should be able to respect all adult authority. I've met a lot of kids who say, oh, you're not my mom. I don't have to listen to you. Right. And you know what? I think that that's a bad attitude. I think kids need to respect any adult.
But they're not being taught to. What is the problem?
What if their parent's standing right there? Okay, and that kid's doing something obnoxious. Their parent's right there, and would you say something to that child?
I say talk to the parent to parent. I do think there's a real imbalance of power, an adult against a child.
Yeah.
I do. I also
think mean hurting the child in any way.
No. But even speaking to them, the other thing is today, a lot of kids are dealing with a lot of issues. There are emotional issues. There are problems in the family. You don't know what's going on with that child.
That may be true, but it's also part of the reason they're acting that way is they're not being taught.
My message to all the parents out there, hello, mom up, dad up.
Yes.
Parent your own child.
I know, but that's not reality. You know what the reality is? There's usually a babysitter there who's texting, a parent who's chatting about how hard it is to be a parent to another parent, and they're not keeping their eye on their kid.
Let me just tell you this, you guys. I've been now 2 years in a row on a book tour with two little books for children. Right. Last year at a book signing, 100 kids came, and one child out of 100 said thank you as I gave it to them.
Seriously?
One kid. And then this past year, just a couple weeks ago, I was at the Bronx Zoo with two kids that were trying to kill me, and the mother's just going, take a picture. The kids, I'm just going, what is wrong with you?
I agree with you. I do think that if you can take your child out of a situation, you can say to your child, you know what, this isn't great behavior. I don't like what's going on here.
But I mean, in a way, you're right. You can't control everybody else. Like, you can control your kid. You can make your kid the best kid you can be.
But you know what? When you're at a playground, when you're at a playgroup, when you're at a birthday party, it's the safety of your child, it's the safety of other people's children, and it's everybody. Here's the mistake that I've made. I have disciplined other people's kids, and I've sought out a parent, and I've kind of freaked out on the parent, and that's where I made the mistake. What I would say is, if a kid is doing something wrong and you discipline somebody else's kid, go to the parent, calm down, and have a reasonable discussion from there. Try and be a reasonable adult.
And again, there are two different things we're talking about. When a kid could harm or hurt, and then a kid just got bad manners or something.
Different category. When real danger, that's a different category. But there are a lot of tough spots. I mean, you ever go to birthday parties and you see, jack the kids up on sugar and see what happens? Yeah. I mean, it could be a zoo.
Sure, it's just at a birthday party, a kid's just taking every Dixie cup, slamming it.
I don't put up with it. I'm sorry.
I don't. You know what? You cannot slam all of these Dixie cups. They're for everybody.
I never let it go. I just don't.
You don't. You go for it.
I know. I respect your opinion. But
my children are little angels, so I don't really know.
Yeah, right. All right. Thanks, you guys, so much. Always great to see you.
Thanks a lot.
Up next, those photos that'll make you say, what the what? Right after this.